Hey everybody, if you want to continue to learn about Donald Trump's pathology, please make sure to follow along and of course share. Now today I want to talk about narcissistic supply because Donald Trump, as ever, allows us to examine how malignant narcissists like him work. Now in the book, which will be out next week, you'll be able to buy the paperback probably $10, but the Kindle version we're going to sell for only 99 cents because I think it's very important for people to understand Donald Trump's pathology. And you know what else? I actually want to be on the right side of history. How about you? Anyway, let's talk about something that happened today and to do with Donald Trump's lack of narcissistic supply. So I'll explain what that is in just a second. But here he is today talking in the White House, talking about the Epstein files, and of course basically saying, I have nothing to hide. So of course, I agree with everyone that should be voted on and they can release the files. Never mind that we'll have no idea if they've been edited completely or the fact that they don't need any vote at all. All he's got to do is say yes, and the files can be released. So what is narcissistic supply? Well, you may have seen some of those, what I call North Korean roundtable cabinet meetings that he has, where basically everybody in the room has to say how wonderful he is. We've got to understand about a malignant narcissist, and if you're married to one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They require constant praise because they know everything that they have talked about is essentially made up. Donald Trump knows he isn't the sharpest tool in the tool shed. No, he doesn't have the highest IQ. And he's not the best golfer ever to be in the White House. So I'm going to put this up from the book. Because net grandiosity isn't grounded in reality, it requires constant external validation to be maintained. Psychologists call this validation narcissistic supply. It's like a fuel. Praise, admiration, deference, attention, recognition, these feed the grandiose self. Without constant supply, the grandiose self threatens to collapse, and the collapse would expose the underlying inadequacy feelings that it was built to protect against in the first place. So here's the thing you got to keep in mind. With this constant talk about Epstein, Donald Trump has suffered deep narcissistic wounds. I speak about it all the time. And this has the look of today. Donald Trump today looks like a man who has suffered a deep narcissistic wound. Narcissistic collapse, by the way, is an extreme version of this. Donald Trump disappeared for 6 days one time. They literally cannot handle death by embarrassment. That's the worst thing. So this fake grandiosity that Donald Trump has brought up over the last 30 or 40 years, he knows it's not real. And most of us know it's not real. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Donald Trump needs to be fed his narcissistic supply. The Epstein files are taking that away, which is why I can assure you he looks like he does today.